No to vote.
Hello, and welcome back to another Pickled Unscripted. As always, I have with me the talented Matt the Pickled Dragon, and I'm Dracoya. Matt, what are you drinking?
I've got Glenmorangie.
Glenmorangie.
Yes,
Classic, it's
my
good
favorite.
for a reason. I'm still stuck on tea. I am exhausted. I have another week, maybe two left, and then I will be done with the Kickstarter for Chimera Forever. For those of you that don't know about the Chimera Kickstarter drama, there was a Kickstarter that Chimera had a couple of years ago, and now since I am the United States distributor for all things Chimera and other brands, I am helping them out by sending them all of the shipments that are due in the United States for the Kickstarter. I am so tired.
Yeah, we've been gone a little while. I've been having issues, and you've been busy, and
Yeah,
I,
it's the
I spent,
holidays. What's the holidays without a little drama?
yeah, good times. But anyway, we have something fun.
Yes, we
I thought this
do.
was really interesting on a number of different levels, um, because it involves cool new things and backroom dealings and
More drama.
speculation and possible drama, maybe not drama, who knows, but
Lawsuits and drama and murder.
maybe, yeah. Oh my. Um, so Ed Greenwood, the creator of Forgotten Realms, announced on his Patreon that he is releasing four new Forgotten Realms supplements. And this is on the heels of Wizards of the Coast also announcing two new different supplements,
Yup.
Forgotten Realms. Just real quick, I'll let me share with you guys what we got here. So we have Guide to the Dalelands. It's a comprehensive guide to the Dalelands featuring regional and settlement maps, an expansive DM section, a dedicated player's guide, and a set of introductory adventures to be released in Q1 of 2026. Good times. All right.
Hmm.
We got Insights, INN, of the Dalelands. Lots of NPCs and good times, inns and taverns, and apparently haunted locales.
And details on local holidays, festivals, and regional tournaments.
Yes,
I
regional
wonder if they have a list of gifts for the holidays. But you know where you can go for a really great gift for the holiday, Matt?
D&Ddice.com promo code pickle.
D&Ddice.com and use promo code PICKLED, PICKLED, and you can get a great stocking stuffer, a great set of dice for your local goblin dice person.
Dice Goblin.
Dice goblin.
Right.
I said goblin dice person.
Yes,
I'm tired. Whatever.
that's good. Anyway, so yes, D&Ddice.com. Make it happen, Captain. Next we have Delves of the Dalelands. All these dangerous and perilous sites filled with secrets and story potential.
I like the artwork on this one.
Yeah, it's kind of neat.
The gold, the shiny of the gold, and then the opposing colors of the green and the purple. I think it's really cute.
Cute. This evil monster here is cute.
I like spiders.
Okay. All
Hey,
right.
it's the last unicorn.
Yeah, it is the last unicorn of legend. An anthology featuring mini Daleland adventures up to level 12, with guidance for expanding your story into higher level play, to be released Q4 2026. So this is all really cool stuff, right? Like I totally could get behind what Master Ed Greenwood has in store for Faerun, right? But
Hmm.
there's like the devil's in the details, right? So
This is where it gets interesting.
yeah, it does kind of. So Wizards of the Coast announced that they were releasing, I think, Heroes of Faerun and an Adventures in Faerun for 2026, I believe. Um, and that was actually just a couple. That was like in August at Gen Con. So it was just a couple months prior to when Ed Greenwood announced his release. And at first, I was kind of like, "Oh, I bet Ed Greenwood is working with Wizards of the Coast."
Right?
No, 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 not at all. Ed is working with Mythmaker Studio. And he is also, and this is the thing. So Mythmaker Studio is going to handle like the physical copies, right? And then he's also putting it on the DMs Guild, which is and here was the other tidbit. He was going to put it under the Creative Commons license, which means, as far as I can tell, it's 5e 2014 and not the new crap, right? So him putting it on the DMs Guild is also interesting in that if you read the license agreement of the DMs Guild, is that you're not allowed to publish your DMs Guild stuff anywhere other than the DMs Guild.
Because that's how they screwed you, right?
Yeah. Um, and it's interesting in that I remember Ed Greenwood has his own YouTube channel. Go check it out. It's really cool. He's got a lot of cool insights. Um, but I remember him at the time the movie came out, the
The D&D
whatever,
movie.
yeah, the D&D movie, the Something of Thieves or something.
Hmm.
And Ed was kind of like, I still have the rights to Forgotten Realms. I'm supposed to sign off on any changes made to Forgotten Realms. And it wasn't like he bagged on the movie, like he liked the movie, but he was like, there's some things in there that they didn't talk to me about, and I don't even think that they gave him credit for Forgotten Realms in that. I think it was like, in fact, I think in the movie it was something like from, the world of Wizards of the Coast or whatever.
Yeah, it
And
was.
yeah, and so I wouldn't say that Ed was butthurt or anything, but
I mean, I would be butthurt. I think that would, if he was, it'd be totally justifiable, right, guys? Comment down below. Tell me I'm right. Tell me I'm wrong.
yeah, I mean, but he was kind of like, I own the rights to this. And I also seem to remember, like, especially when working with Forgotten Realms, like, Wizards of the Coast would always make a big deal about how they own the rights to Wizards of Forgotten Realms and that, you can't publish anything in Forgotten Realms outside of the DMs Guild. So
Mm.
by both publishing with a third party distributor, Mythmakers, and putting on the DMs Guild, it just feels weird. Like, is this like a shot across the bow? Like I own this shit kind of thing,
Well, and you said WotC's coming out with their own, right?
Yeah, I mean, and I think WotC actually has the right to do so. It's just if they want to stray from any of the lore or any kind of changes to Faerun, he has to buy off on it.
Well,
Uh,
I wonder if there's something maybe written in a previous contract or a previous agreement that he has with them. But even if he does, and again, this is pure speculation, but even if he does, if he uploads it to the DM's Guild, doesn't that therefore like supersede whatever previous contract and agreement he could or could not have had with WotC?
who knows? That's a great question. I don't know like the ins and outs of you know, what supersedes what and what is how all the legalities of it all are going to
Right.
impact it. And the other thing too is that Ed is such a nice, meek, humble person that part of me is like, why, he doesn't strike me as the type of person who is gonna go out of his way to like stir the pot. And
Mm.
but by publishing with both a third party and on DM's Guild at the same time,
I know
kind
what
of
he's
like,
doing.
yeah, like what's going on? Like if he had put it on Drive Through RPG, that might be a little different.
Right.
But I don't know. Maybe and maybe he does have some sort of like back alley deal with Wizards of the Coast to say, hey, I'm gonna put the physical copies out there and they're mine, and I'm also gonna put it on DM's Guilds. And if you put it on DM's Guild, that basically means like 50% of the proceeds go to Wizards of the Coast.
Right.
Maybe
Which I
that's the
don't
deal
feel
they
is a
struck,
smart. But
right?
then they're also putting out their own. So I don't know. It'll be really interesting to see what happens over the next few months. Is there going to be like a giant legal battle? Is it going to be a he said, she said? Is it just going to be a scandal? Is there going to be murder?
It's Colonel Mustard in the library with a candlestick.
Yeah, that's right.
Um, but I mean, yeah, it's going to be super interesting. Because nothing else has been said since November, at least that I can find. Um, but yeah, I Forgotten Realms isn't my setting. You know, if I had to use a pre-manufactured setting, it would be Greyhawk, be the classic Greyhawk setting. That's just where I started, and that's where my heart lies. And I
The
know like
general the general consensus I'm seeing online is that people really liked his settings in second edition, but not in 5e.
there has been a lot of people who there are a lot of grumbling players and DMs out there about how 5e has kind of dropped the ball on releasing books for settings, you know.
Yeah.
Um, but the the big thing is that I genuinely believe that we have a situation where Ed has I don't know. I just can't escape the feeling like after the movie, he just really wanted to like stake his flag and just remind everybody, hey, this is my baby and I still have rights to it, you know?
Maybe, and I think that would be well within his rights. I think that that's exactly what I would do. If I had spent years and years creating something like, I don't know, my company Dracoya, and then someone kind of came in and made it into something that I didn't agree with and made a movie about based on something that I had created that I kind of felt like they butchered, then yeah, I'd be pretty upset too. I mean, and the movie itself, like I don't know, we don't know what his feelings are on the movie exactly. We don't. Um, but the movie itself didn't do as well as everyone had hoped. And it was a very tropey movie. Like if you play D&D, it's cool. You enjoy it. You kind of get the tropes. But if you don't really, there's a lot of things that you miss out on when you're watching the film. Also, unlike some of the other D&D movies, it wasn't good enough to really see a second time. Like I saw it. It was a great night. It was a fun time. It was a good 2 hours, get away from the world. But am I ever gonna see it again? Probably not.
Yeah, if you want to watch a movie, a D&D movie specific, that's rewatchable, it's The Book of Vile Darkness.
Yeah.
That was a British release and it was pretty edgy and I liked it. You know, the special effects and everything were, you know, not the greatest or anything, but
Of course not.
the story was pretty cool. So I definitely suggest you. The last time I checked, it was on YouTube. It's kind of hard to. I think that Wizard of the Coast wants to move away from that movie a bit because it is pretty edgy. Uh,
Oh yeah, God forbid it's
it's an
edgy and we offend somebody. Oh no.
you spend a pretty lengthy amount of the time in the movie traveling with an evil party doing pretty evil things. And I think there's even a lot of nudity in it too, or at least some nudity in it.
Good. That's what makes a good film.
Um, so yeah, check it out if you haven't seen it. Book of Vile Darkness, Dungeons and Dragons movie. It's considered the third movie, although it wasn't, I don't think, ever released in the US. It was only in the UK.
Ooh, even
Uh,
more forbidden.
yeah, yeah, good times though. Good times had by all. So,
Yeah.
what do you guys think? What's Ed up to? I think I definitely think that I definitely get the feeling that he owns the rights to Forgotten Realms. Wizards of the Coast has the rights to publish, but can't change anything lore-wise without his permission, at least legally. And
I hope that Ed has lawyered up and has really looked into this before he starts this journey for his sake.
the other thing I didn't mention, and because I have talked to Tim Cass quite a bit at GaryCon about this, um, and that is that Wizards of the Coast has actually had a lot of issues with the way that TSR handled uh, copyright. Because in the 70s, when they got started, copyright was kind of fast and loose.
Right.
It wasn't a real, legalese kind of thing until we got to the late 80s, 90s. And there's quite a bit of, like, for example, Tim Cass still says, he still insists that he owns the rights to some D&D monsters, including the Boule. So he called it the Boule. The Wizards of the Coast calls it, like, if you go to the little pronunciation thing in their D&D Beyond thing, it's bullet, but it's the
Yeah.
Boule because he was trying to make fun of the French at the time, which was kind of in vogue at in the 70s and 80s. Um, and it's interesting um, how even the beholder, like Tim made a big deal about how one of the Kuntz brothers came up with the beholder. And again, the way they handled copyright back then, they were throwing stuff into Dragon magazine. That's where the beholder, I think, first appeared, was in a dragon. Um, and it technically that Kuntz brother owned the rights to it. I can't remember which one of the two owned the rights to it, but still all interesting topics to kind of like come up, discuss. And I find all of this history of D&D fascinating because, as I've said many times, I love the legacy of this stuff. So
Mhm. I like the drama.
I love the Scotch.
Here we go. Scotch kind of makes everything better. All right, guys. Well, comment, like, subscribe. Let us know what you guys think. How do you think this is going to play out? It will be interesting. If you want to support the channel, as always, go to dnddice.com and use promo code PICKLED to pick up your gift for that special someone today. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, come back to have another round on us.
Woohoo!